The Toronto Raptors coming with the big win to snap the 3-game losing streak, taking down the Spurs 119-104. In today's post-game show, we're going to break down everything you need to know, especially covering the excellent return from injury for Fred VanVleet. Let's get into it. Welcome, Raptors fans, to Amateur Hour Clips, the channel where you get a post-game show for every single Raptors game and a little bit of extra stuff as well. So, thank you so much for checking this one out. Make sure to drop a like if you enjoy this post-game show and subscribe to get a show for every single game, as I mentioned. But let's get into our post-game show. I'm saying that a lot. Let's get into it. Raptors 119-104 victors against the San Antonio Spurs. And we had the 3-game losing streak. We struggled, but I felt really confident with the return of Fred VanVleet to the action. And, you know, Greg Popovich today was 1 game away from becoming the winningest head coach of all time. I did not want to be the team that gave it to him. I did not want to be the team that, you know, was always on that record book for Greg Popovich hitting. And thankfully, we staved off that one. The Spurs had a really good first half, got a little bit of a lead against us, but second half is where we took over. Midway through the second quarter, the Raptors decided, oh, we're a good basketball team. And they absolutely showed it with a variety of sources contributing to the offense. The Raptors have 5 players with at least 13 points. Let's take a look at the stats here. So VanVleet, the star of the night, 7 for 15 with 26 points. Excellent in his first game back from injury after a 5-game absence. Siakam with 20 points. Barnes with 20 points. Both do so efficiently as well with 8 rebounds each. Gary Trent, not the most efficient, but hey, 17 points, and he's starting to hit a couple threes again. I mean, 2 for 8, better than 0 for 9, which is what I saw against Orlando last week. On the bench, Achua came alive in the second half. 3 for 5 from 3, 13 points. Really starting to find his range, and despite some great performances from DeJounte Murray and Keldon Johnson, the Raptors get the job done in the end. Looking at the matchup here, the team stats, the Raptors struggled from 3 early on. They really started to get it going later, and a lot of players started knocking him down. Thaddeus Young, Precious Achua, Fred, of course, Siakam even get involved with the 3-game. Ultimately, what gave the Raptors the separation they needed. Really great from the line tonight. This is a rare, like, high 90% free throw shooting night for the Raptors. 26 for 28. That is great stuff from Toronto. Rebounding, we dominate, which is awesome. 47 to 36. Turnovers, we were down initially, but we started forcing a bunch late. The Raptors really just came alive in the third and fourth quarter when they needed to. It was a pretty rough second quarter, and honestly, the start of the third quarter wasn't great either. The last 3 games of the losing streak, Raptors have had significant troubles playing in those third quarter settings, and this game kind of seemed like it was going to repeat. And then just we flipped the switch. May have coincided with DeJounte Murray having to go off for a little bit, but it is what it is. The Raptors took advantage of the situation, started piling up the points. San Antonio made a little bit of a run to get it a bit interesting at the start of the fourth quarter, but ultimately the Raptors started getting the big buckets when they needed it. Came from Achua, came from Barnes especially, who took over in that third quarter. I mean, I think he had 2 points going into the third, and I think he had 12 points in the third quarter alone. Excellent quarter. Really helped spur us on to get this win. Oh, no pun intended there. But 15-point win. I like it. The Raptors going into a very difficult road trip coming up. We'll take a look at that right here. So upcoming is the Phoenix Suns, top seed, and they just clinched a playoff spot, and it is March 9th. That is terrifying. Tough stretch coming up. I really wanted this win just because I didn't want to go into the Suns game where a loss is more likely than not. Didn't want to go in the 4-game losing streak there, possibly going to 5 here. But you got the Suns and the Nuggets, 2 very difficult opponents. Lakers, the Staples Center. Raptors seem to have their number, but that ain't going to be easy. No way, no how. Clippers going to be a tough game, also at the Staples Center. And another game against the Lakers on that West Coast part of this schedule, but that one is going to be at home. So West Coast road trip just getting started. A lot of late night tip-offs. Going to be a very difficult stretch here, but I think this is the stretch that's really going to lay down the foundation for what this Raptors team is going to be. Do they have the possibility of moving up into a 6th seed, avoiding the play-in tournament altogether? I think it's a distinct possibility that they are able to do so. So hoping for the best from this Raptors team. This was a good step in the right direction. Fred VanVleet didn't miss a beat coming back, and my goodness, did he prove how much we needed him. Was dominant offensively all the way through, doing some great stuff defensively as well, and it was just a really good performance from the Raptors, pushing the ball quickly in transition, knocking down their shots, getting to the rim. Excellent defense in the latter parts of the game, forcing up shot clock violations, getting blocks, getting steals. So much to like about this performance. They are definitely going to use a lot of the momentum that they got from today's game and bring it into the Friday game against the Suns and possibly the Saturday game against the Nuggets. A real test against the Suns. Earlier in the season, we played against them at home. We narrowly lost, but I thought we played really well. And who knows? Maybe we can go in and surprise them. Suns are going to be the big favorite, but the Raptors have a lot of talent, and they have the talent capable of upsetting any team on any given night. So let's hope that they are able to achieve that there. Thank you so much for watching this post-game show. Not a lot more that needs to be said. I covered it all. Great win from the Raptors. Super happy. Make sure to drop a like if you enjoyed this one, and consider subscribing to see one of these for every single Toronto Raptors game. Check out our main channel on Amateur Hour Sports. We just hit 8.3K subscribers. Feel free to come to our Twitch streams, and I'll see you again next time for another post-game show.